Pulse Talk, bringing insights into health and wellness with your hosts, Christine and Alex.
All right, welcome to another deep dive. You know, we talk about so many things on the show, but there's one that's kind of easy to forget about.
Oh, really? What's that?
Our eyes. It's easy to put off taking care of them, finding the time, the money, figuring out where to even go. It can feel like a hassle.
Yeah, I get that. Life gets busy, and it's easy to let things slide. Especially when you think, well, my vision seems fine right now, so why bother?
Exactly. But that's why we're doing this deep dive today, to arm ourselves with the knowledge to make, smarter decisions about our eye health. We're going to explore what's going on with eye care in Malaysia, uncover some surprising facts, maybe debunk some myths along the way.
Sounds interesting. So where are we getting all this info from?
3 main places. We've got this article from Bernama that talks about a real shortage of certified optometrists. And then there's this other one from Code Blue that actually reveals a pretty shocking statistic about eye screenings in Malaysia. Plus, we've been looking at OptiSaver's website. Yeah, they're a company that does things a bit differently with pricing. Caught my eye, pun intended.
Okay, I see what you did there. So what's so shocking about these eye screenings?
Well, Code Blue says that, get this, 67% of Malaysians haven't had an eye screening in over a year.
Whoa, that's a lot of people.
I know, right? I have to admit, I'm probably one of them.
You and a lot of others, from the sounds of it. But I think it's a common misconception that, you only need an eye screening if you're having problems seeing.
Really?
Yeah. The truth is, a lot of serious eye conditions can develop without any noticeable symptoms, especially early on.
Like what?
Like glaucoma, for example. By the time you actually notice you have a problem, it might be too late for effective treatment.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like a ticking time bomb. You think everything's okay, but underneath there could be something seriously wrong.
Exactly. Regular eye screenings are just crucial for everyone, no matter your age or how good you think your vision is. It's the best way to catch things early, and prevent losing your sight.
Okay, I'm starting to understand why those screenings are so important. But then there's this other thing from the Bernama article that really got me thinking. Apparently, almost half of the optical stores in Malaysia don't have certified optometrists on staff.
Yeah. It's a tricky situation, really. See, the Optical Act of 1991, the one that regulates the whole optical industry here, it doesn't actually require a certified optometrist to open a shop.
Wait, so you're telling me someone could be selling glasses, even offering eye exams, without having the right qualifications?
Yeah, unfortunately. And that's a big problem, because someone without the proper training might not be able to diagnose eye conditions correctly, or prescribe the right kind of lenses.
That sounds kind of dangerous, to be honest. We're talking about our eyesight here.
Right. It's crucial. And it really shows how important it is to be an informed consumer. Just because a shop sells glasses doesn't mean they're equipped to give you the proper eye care.
So how can we protect ourselves? What should we be looking for when choosing an eye care provider?
That's the key question. The first thing, make absolutely sure you're seeing a certified optometrist, one who is registered with the Malaysian Optical Council.
Okay, that makes sense. But what does that actually mean? Like, what are we looking for, practically speaking?
Good question. Basically, a certified optometrist means they've gone through a serious program of study and clinical training. And they're bound by, a code of ethics and professional standards. This makes sure they have the knowledge and the skills to provide proper eye care, from diagnosing to prescribing.
Got it. So it's not just someone who can, read an eye chart. There's a lot more to it than that.
Exactly. A certified optometrist, they understand the whole complex system of the eye, the anatomy, the physiology. They can detect and manage all sorts of conditions. And they know the difference between a vision problem that needs glasses and something that might signal a bigger health issue.
Right. But let's be real. For a lot of people, cost is a major hurdle when it comes to eye care. I know I've personally put off getting new glasses because I just dread dealing with those confusing price lists.
Right.
And the thought of a huge bill at the end.
You're not alone. The pricing in a lot of optical shops can be so complicated and unclear.
It's true. You feel like you're navigating this maze of add-ons, upgrades, hidden fees. You never really know what you're paying for.
Right, and it makes you wonder if you're even getting a fair deal. But that's where OptiSaver comes in. Their approach is a breath of fresh air. They have this totally transparent 2-tier pricing structure.
Okay, tell me more about that. Their website mentions packages.
Wow.
One for RM305 and one for RM605. What's the difference?
Well, the RM305 package is a great option for those looking for good quality, stylish eyewear, but without the hefty price tag. It comes with their standard Kirichis and Japan lenses.
What are those like?
They're known for being clear, durable, and they have UV protection.
Okay, but I'm always wary of things that sound too good to be true. How can they offer such high-quality lenses at that price?
Well, their business model is all about efficiency and transparency. They cut out the middlemen, they buy in bulk, and they focus on giving you real value for your money. It's a way to make eye care accessible to everyone.
That's impressive. What about the RM605 package then? What makes that one different?
That one's for people who need or want more specialized lenses. Things like progressive lenses for presbyopia, high-index lenses for those with strong prescriptions, or lenses with special coatings for, better performance or comfort.
So it's about catering to individual needs and preferences without all the confusion and upselling.
Exactly. OptiSaver empowers you to make your own choices without feeling pressured or overwhelmed. They tell you exactly what's included so you know what you're getting for your money.
I like that. I hate feeling like I'm being taken advantage of or that I need a degree in optics just to understand a price list.
Right. It's about simplifying the process and making eye care more transparent and approachable. They're really challenging the industry norms and showing that it's possible to offer high-quality, affordable eye care without compromising on ethics or transparency.
All right, I'm definitely intrigued by OptiSaver's approach, but let's get back to the issue of unqualified practitioners for a moment. What can be done to, fix this gap in the regulations and protect people from those harmful practices?
Well, the Association of Malaysian Optometrists, the AMO, they've been pushing for a system of community optometrists to tackle this very issue.
Community optometrists, what does that mean?
Basically, they want a clear difference between certified optometry practices and the regular optical shops.
So making it easier for people to find those qualified providers.
Right. Under this system, only certified optometrists, those who meet specific standards and follow a strict code of ethics, would be allowed to call themselves community optometrists. This gives consumers a clear and trustworthy way to know who is qualified and who isn't.
Sounds like a good idea. But how would that even work, practically speaking? Wouldn't it require some big changes to the laws?
Yeah, it would need some amendments to the Optical Act of 1991 to clearly define the roles of everyone in the optical industry and a solid way to enforce it to make sure everyone follows the rules and consumers are protected.
Okay, that makes sense. But even with the best rules, I think awareness is key, right? People need to understand why it's so important to seek qualified professionals and know how to find them.
Absolutely. Education is so important. The AMO has been working hard to educate the public about certified optometrists and the potential risks of going to someone who isn't qualified.
It seems like we've uncovered a lot of important information here, and it's clear that our eye health is really important. So where do we go from here? What can our listeners do to protect their vision and navigate this whole optical landscape?
That's a great question, and one we'll definitely dig into further. So where were we? Oh yeah, figuring out what listeners can do to protect their vision.
Right, because this is all great information, but what do we actually do with it?
Well, for me, it all starts with recognizing that eye care is an investment, not just an expense. We're talking about protecting one of our most valuable senses.
That's a good point. We invest in our education, our careers, our hobbies, but we often forget about our health. And our eye health is a big part of that.
Exactly. And when it comes to your eyes, prevention is key. Regular eye screenings are just essential for everyone, no matter your age, even if you think your vision is perfect.
You know what? You're making me feel a little guilty. It's been a while since my last eye exam.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. Remember, that statistic we talked about? 67% of Malaysians haven't had a screening in over a year. You're not alone. The good news is it's never too late to start taking care of your eyes.
True. Okay, screenings are important. Got it. But how do we even choose the right eye care provider? I mean, we talked about those unqualified practitioners, and that's a bit scary.
Yeah, you really have to be careful. Always check if the practitioner is a certified optometrist and make sure they're registered with the Malaysian Optical Council.
And if I'm not sure?
Don't be shy. Ask for their credentials. If they're a real professional, they'll be happy to show you.
Okay, good to know. What about that community optometrist idea? Would that make it easier to find the right people?
I think so, yeah. The AMO's proposal, remember. The goal is to have a clear separation between certified optometry practices and those regular optical shops. So if that happens, it'll be much easier to find qualified providers.
So like a seal of approval, something that tells you this optometrist has met certain standards, that they really know what they're doing.
Exactly. It's about creating a system that puts patient safety first and ensures everyone has access to quality eye care.
That's reassuring. But we have to be realistic. Cost is often a big deciding factor for people when it comes to healthcare. How can we make sure good eye care is affordable for everyone?
Well, that's where companies like OptiSaver are making a real difference. Remember their transparent two-tier pricing?
Ah.
It's a huge step forward in an industry that's often so confusing and expensive.
Yeah, there are RM305 and RM605 packages. Can we break those down again just as a reminder?
Of course. So, the RM305 package is perfect for those who just need basic correction. Stylish, affordable eyewear, and it comes with those high-quality Kyokusin Japan lenses. Clear, durable, with UV protection.
Sounds perfect for someone like me who just needs regular glasses but doesn't want to spend a fortune.
Exactly. And then, for those who need or want something more specialized, there's the RM605 package. It covers things like progressive lenses, high-index lenses for stronger prescriptions, and lenses with special coatings for added comfort or performance.
So no matter what you need, it seems like OptiSaver has you covered. And all with clear, upfront pricing. No surprises.
Exactly. No guesswork, no pressure. You know exactly what you're getting.
I think that's a really important takeaway for our listeners. Knowledge is power. The more you understand about eye care, the better choices you can make. For your vision and for your wallet.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's all about taking charge of your eye health, being proactive. Don't wait until something goes wrong. Schedule those regular eye exams, find a qualified practitioner you trust, and don't let costs scare you away. There are affordable options out there.
You know, thinking back to that statistic, 67% haven't had a screening in over a year. It seems like we need a bit of a mindset shift. We can't keep treating eye care like it's something we only deal with when there's a problem.
Right, it's got to be about prevention. Just like any other part of our health, catching those eye conditions early on is crucial. That's when treatment is most effective, and it could save you from bigger problems and bigger costs down the line.
And honestly, knowing your eyes are healthy, that's got to give you some peace of mind. One less thing to worry about.
Absolutely. It's about investing in yourself, your well-being, your future. Our vision is a precious thing. We shouldn't take it for granted.
Now, before we move on, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Yeah.
So, we've really dug deep into eye care here in Malaysia, haven't we? We talked about that statistic, the one that said 67% of Malaysians haven't had an eye screening in over a year.
Yeah, and about those optical shops that don't even have certified optometrists.
Right, and all those crazy pricing structures. It can make you feel like taking care of your eyes is a luxury, not something everyone should be able to do.
It's been a really interesting conversation, for sure. I hope our listeners are walking away feeling like they know more, like they can actually do something to protect their vision.
Me too. I know I've learned a ton. And honestly, I'm feeling a bit guilty about how long it's been since I had my eyes checked.
Well, hey, you're not alone there. The important thing is to take action. Make that appointment. Find a certified optometrist you feel good about. And don't let cost be a barrier. Remember OptiSaver. They've got that clear pricing model, good quality eye care at prices that won't break the bank.
I think what really stuck with me is the idea that eye care is an investment. It's not just an expense. It's about protecting something so valuable. Making sure you can see clearly for years to come.
Couldn't agree more. It's about your own well-being, but it's bigger than that, too. Think about it. Clear vision is essential for everything. Your job, your relationships, just moving around in the world. It affects your whole quality of life.
You're right. And, we've talked about some of the downsides of the optical industry, but there are positive things happening, too, like that AMO proposal, the one for community optometrists. That could really change things, make it safer for patients.
Yeah, it's a sign that things are moving in the right direction. Organizations like the AMO, they're really fighting for better eye care for all Malaysians.
So if we had to boil it all down, what's the one thing our listeners should take away from all this?
Simple. Don't take your vision for granted. Be proactive. Regular eye exams, choose your eye care providers carefully, and don't let cost or fear stop you from taking care of your eyes.
Well said. And hey, remember, there are resources out there to help you. The ARI website is a great place to start. They've got info on certified optometrists and lots of eye health tips.
And never hesitate to talk to your doctor or a trusted eye care professional if you've got any questions or worries. They're there to help you.
That's a great point to end on. Thanks so much for joining us today and sharing all your knowledge.
It was my pleasure.
And all our listeners, thanks for tuning in to The Deep Dive. We hope this episode has inspired you to take charge of your eye health and protect your vision. See you next time.